Alright, my top 13 favorite movies of 2013. Coming in at number 13, Only God Forgives. Well, I really don't have much to say about this movie other than it's a weird movie. It's a visually striking movie, and I actually liked it. It was divided with critics and audiences. Most people hated it, some people liked it, but I ended up liking it. I thought it was a pretty good movie. It was a strange movie, but it is what it is. Coming in at number 12, Man of Steel. Now, Man of Steel was a great movie, but it had its problems. Uh, Nowhere in the movie did Superman save anybody like Superman should be saving people. Like there was nothing like that. There was no car crash and Superman had to go save the people over there, or maybe a bank robbery was taking place and Superman had to, do some superhero stuff and save the day. There was nothing like that. Instead, it was just a bunch of beginning of the movie at Krypton was good. Then moved on to Clark's early life, and that was kind of good and kind of boring. I really did not care for what Lois Lane was doing. I actually don't think that she needed to be there in the spaceship and all that weird stuff going on with the government finding the ship and whatever. Just like get to the point. I want to see Superman. I don't want to see government workers and Lois Lane because there really wasn't that much character development in the Daily Planet part of the movie, and that's what I kind of wanted to see. But um, it did have the movie picked up when Zod finally came, and I thought that it did have a lot of CGI. It could have cut back on the CGI. There was a lot of destruction, and Superman did save the world, but it all happened together. It's not like like I said, that he went and saved people. You really didn't see any of that, and I enjoyed Man of Steel. I thought it was good. It wasn't the best Superman movie, right? It's not as good as the Donner films, obviously, but I was kind of hoping that Man of Steel 2 would sort of have what Man of Steel 1 did not have. Unfortunately, I don't think that's the case because now we have Batman in the movie and Wonder Woman in the movie. So it sounds to me like it's going to end up being a pre-Justice League film, and it's not going to actually be a Superman movie, which is what I want. Not a pre-Justice League movie. But I thought Man of Steel was pretty good. Coming in number 11, Thor: The Dark World. Thor 2 was a very surprising movie. It was good. It was better than Thor 1. I liked Thor 1, but I think Thor 2 had filled in the things that Thor 1 did wrong, and it sort of picked up the pace a little bit. The villain was a bit weak, but overall I enjoyed Thor 2. I thought it was a lot better than Garbage Man 3. But I enjoyed Thor 2, and I'm glad it was not overly funny like the Avengers. I'm glad, it had its serious moments and had its twists, which I like. Coming in at number 10, Olympus Has Fallen. Olympus Has Fallen is a pretty good movie. I really don't have anything negative to say about the movie, other than maybe the ending could have been a tiny bit better. But overall, I thought it was pretty good. Coming in at number 9, White House Down. And alright, I know a lot of people did not like White House Down or whatever. Now, why do I have White House Down higher than Olympus Has Fallen. Yes, I know Olympus Has Fallen is a rated R film with a lot of blood, which I like. That's what I always say. That's what Hollywood should be putting out. And White House Down is a PG-13 movie that does not take itself seriously and is filled with CGI. Well, I still found White House Down to be very entertaining, and that's what it was. It was just entertainment. It wasn't realistic at all. So all the people complaining that White House Down is so unrealistic, it's not supposed to be realistic. The movie doesn't take itself seriously. It's a funny movie. It's a buddy cop almost, because you have Jamie Foxx and Channing Tatum working together, which in Olympus Has Fallen, the president Aaron Eckhart really wasn't doing anything. He was in trouble. But I liked White House Down, and I think it is better in terms of the entertainment, but in terms of story and characters, I got to give it to Olympus Has Fallen. But I really had a lot of fun with White House Down. I really did. Coming in at number 8, Escape Plan. This was the movie that I think really brought back memories of the 90s and 80s action films. Escape Plan was a well-made movie. It was really engaging. The characters were great. The story was great. The setting was great. And it was really interesting to see how Sylvester Stallone's character could escape from all these different jails, and seeing how his character thought, and how everything turned into a tool. Arnold Schwarzenegger was hilarious in Escape Plan. I really hope to see him in more roles like that in the future, because now he's back making movies, which is great. Coming in at number 7, Gravity. Gravity was very scary. To think that we send people to space, all right? This movie really shows you what it feels like to be up there. It's just a really lonely feeling. I felt lonely watching Sandra Bullock's character. It was just really a really well-made movie with a lot of really cool set pieces. So overall, I enjoyed Gravity. I thought it was a great movie. Coming in at number 6, Pacific. Now, Pacific Rim is a great movie, all right? I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was nicely done. The characters were good. The robots were awesome. That's pretty much all I have to say about Pacific Rim. I don't have anything negative about the movie. I think it was a great movie. Great to see it in IMAX. Not a big fan of 3D, but the IMAX was nice. The sound was awesome. The bass of when the robots were just walking, just shaking. See the cup and your cup holder just rising up because of that bass. That's fantastic. That's what I want to see when I watch a movie in IMAX. All right, coming in at number 5, The Hobbit: Desolation of Smaug. Great movie. A lot better than the first Hobbit movie, which I liked, but I just thought it was a lot better. Really surprised me, actually. I didn't think I would like it as much. It was great. And I can't wait until the next one. Next one, is going to tie everything together. Right, coming in at number 4, Oblivion. Now, Oblivion is a movie that came out and sort of got lost. People were mixed when the movie came out. They said that it was a ripoff of a bunch of different sci-fi movies and whatever. And yes, it does take a couple of things from other movies, from past movies, but Oblivion was just such a beautiful movie. The way it was shot, everything looked beautiful. The story was great. The characters were great. I enjoyed Oblivion a lot. Thought everything about it was awesome. The special effects were great. Once again, the IMAX was great. All right, Pacific Rim made my drink stand up in the cup holder. Well, Oblivion made my popcorn fly out of the bag. Okay, great movie. And if you haven't seen Oblivion, you should watch it. If you have seen Oblivion, then you know what I'm talking about. It is a beautiful movie. Maybe you didn't like the story, the fact that it took a couple of stuff from other movies, but I think it was great. There was no shaky cam in Oblivion, which I hate shaky cam, and I'm glad that Oblivion was filmed perfectly. However, even though they don't make big budget R-rated movies anymore, I think Oblivion would have been a lot better if it was rated R. They could have done so much more if it was rated R. Because I feel like it being PG-13 kind of, made the movie hold back a little in the action. I mean, there was a scene where one of the there's a scene where a robot shoots someone, they explode, but you don't see it. It's off camera. That would have been really, impactful if we saw the character explode right on camera. Unexpected. PG-13, they're not going to show it. But I really liked Oblivion. I thought it was a great movie. And if you haven't seen Oblivion, you should definitely watch it. Alright, coming in at number 3, Star Trek Into Darkness. Okay, I'm a big Star Trek fan. I've seen every single episode of Star Trek Voyager. That's my favorite Star Trek show. I liked Star Trek 2009. That was a very good movie. And I think Star Trek Into Darkness is a little bit better than Star Trek 2009. Now, everybody did a great job. J.J. Abrams knows what he's doing. I cannot wait to see the first trailer for J.J. Abrams' Star Wars movie. That should be amazing. One thing I have to say about Star Trek Into Dark, it has the best looking warp I've ever seen in a Star Trek movie. Like, the warp. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. When they go to warp speed, that is, like, the best looking animation that they have. Alright, coming in at number 2, Elysium. Great acting from everybody. Great characters. Some really great action scenes. A little too much shaky cam. That's the only thing. I saw it twice. I saw it once in IMAX and once in regular. And in regular, it looked better because in IMAX, you're so close to the screen. It's just like everything was shaking. And I kind of missed a couple of stuff, to be honest, because of how much shakiness there was to the camera. So I wish there was a little less shaky cam. But I really liked Elysium. It really blew me away. I thought it was better than District 9. And the whole idea of the movie is that, everybody should be treated equal. That's the whole idea of the movie. And people were talking about that, oh, these people are rich. Why do they have to give up their space or whatever? Nobody's giving up anything. If you saw the movie, you would know at the end what happens. And that is exactly what needed to happen. So I thought Elysium was great. Coming in at number 1. Alright. My number 1 favorite movie of 2013 in a trilogy that I really like. I really like this trilogy. I've liked movies, and this third one was amazing. And I'm not talking about Garbage Man 3. I'm talking about The World's End. Yes, The World's End, Edgar Wright's movie. It's a great movie, alright? The fight scene was excellent. The bathroom fight scene was just awesome. Every other fight scene in the movie was awesome. I thought the ending was good. It ended the way it needed to end. It was just a really good movie. It was just a really fine piece of cinema, and I don't have anything bad to say about it. Hot Fuzz is still my favorite of the Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy. I think Hot Fuzz is my favorite, but I might actually say that World's End, in my opinion, is better than Shaun of the Dead. All three are amazing movies. All right, there goes my list. Overall, 2013 had a bunch of terrible movies, all right? Just to give you an example of some movies that I saw that I thought were garbage, since, this video can't be complete until I tell you the garbage movies, all right? So, Garbage Man 3, A Good Day to Die Soft, Shit Breakers, Now You See Me, R.I.P.D. Oh God, R.I.P.D. I'm glad that movie flopped. What a waste of my money.